I'm Earl Stewart. I welcome you to Earl Stewart on Cars Mystery Shopping Report. Mystery Shop, Braman, BMW, Jupiter. They're on Indiantown Road. That's in northern Palm Beach County. Speaking in the first person as if I were the famous Agent Lightning. I arrived around lunchtime, was greeted by a salesman who introduced himself as Jorge. I walked over to where the cars were parked. He followed me, asking, is there anything I can help you with today? Do you have any questions for me? I said, I really like the color combination of this car here. Now listen to these color names. This has something to do with the psychology of BMW drivers. It was a new 2025 BMW 330i in race. Blue metallic, R-A-C-E, boom, race. Okay, see? BMW driver. And a cognac leather interior.
Very creative.
Drink and drive.
Very colorful.
MSRP, $51,230. The Monroney label was where it's belonged. Now that's a plus. This is South Florida, folks. Monroney label actually on the window. So let's give Braman a little bit of credit for that. And there wasn't, listen to this, there was not any addendum. So here we go. The salesperson asked, would you like to take it for a test drive? I said yes. We headed inside because it had started to rain. Jorge walked over to his desk and handed me one of his business cards. He excused himself to get the keys and a license plate. When he returned, we went out to the car. He had me started up. It was extremely hot, and believe me, it is hot here in Florida this time of year.
It's horrible.
Took a while to cool down. He rolled down the windows and suggested I start driving to help cool it off. We headed west on Indiantown Road. I could tell he was a bit nervous about me driving. He motioned for me to move into the slow lane so we could make a big loop back to the dealership. He kept looking in the mirrors and leaning toward the side, blocking my view of the mirrors when I tried to switch lanes. I mentioned, I got this. I've been driving for almost 35 years and haven't had any accidents. Jorge apologized, sat back in the seat only to quickly say, watch out, there's a police officer sitting right there. So the officer ended up pulling out and following us. When I went to turn down the side street to return to the dealership, Jorge said, oh no, you can't go that way. I should have turned, but I kept going and said, that police officer has been following me this entire time. Jorge became visibly nervous and said, I didn't put the plates on the car and pointed down to his feet, but I have them here in case you got pulled over. And this is standard operating procedure. Car dealerships, salesmen always got to find a plate to put on the car to take it for a demonstration ride. It's a lot of trouble to get down on your hands and knees and put a plate on.
I will say
magnets and things like that. Back at the dealership, he had me pull into one of the handicap spots and said someone would move the car later. I decided to back in, and he pointed out the car's cameras and 360-degree bird's eye view system. We went inside to his desk where he asked for my license and contact information. Then he asked, if all the numbers look good to you, how soon would you want to purchase, or are you looking to lease? I said, no, I'm looking to purchase. He replied, that's better than leasing. Totally surprised me when I saw that phrase. The salesman, typically they try to push in a lease because dealers make more money leasing. This guy could be a rookie. Why he thinks buying is better than leasing, I'm not sure. Excused himself to speak with his sales manager. After about 10 minutes, he returned and told me his boss really wanted to earn my business. It's always earn my business, and had significantly discounted the car. He said, I think you're going to be really happy, and showed me the MSRP on his phone, $51,230 from the window sticker, along with a piece of paper. The piece of paper. It was a worksheet with few details. It showed that I was getting a $5,875 discount from MSRP.
Hello.
That's a real whopper. My price was $45,355, but there was no other helpful information. I asked, can I get a printout with a breakdown of the dealer fee, taxes, and a new plate. He replied, "You need a new plate?" I said, "Yes. I told you I'm not trading anything in." So I figured, yeah, I need a new plate. He said he'd be right back. About 5 minutes later, returned with the requested document. This worksheet revealed that I would be paying $989 pre-delivery service charge, junk fee. It's an old-fashioned euphemism for junk fee, delivery, pre-delivery service charge. That's what I used to call my dealer fee, which was $495.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
invented that term, by the way.
Pre-delivery for service charge?
Yeah.
You're owed royalties on all of
They
this.
said we couldn't charge a delivery fee because we were already being reimbursed.
Yeah.
So I changed the name to pre-delivery. And a bogus $414 tag title processing fee. But that was it, other than tax and tag. He also said, I printed a lease option for you in case you're interested, and showed me another sheet with lease payments. He asked, what do you think? Would you like to move forward with purchasing the car? I replied, no, I told you from the beginning that I need to talk to my husband and before making any decisions. He asked, can you call him now so we can get the process started? I said, no, can't bother him while he's at work. I'll be in touch later. He then asked, would it be okay if my sales manager, George, came over to say hi? Interesting that his name was Jorge,
Right.
and his manager's name was George. It's our policy at the dealership. I stood up, and in less than a minute, the manager, George, came over, introduced himself, and asked if Jorge had done everything to my satisfaction. I said yes, and then I left. And there you have it. Jupiter, Florida, BMW, Braman, BMW.
And they're getting a C because it was just a typical experience.
I'm going to give this one a B.
I give him a D-.
I'm going to give him a C+. Rick changed my mind. I was going to give him a C. I give him a C+. I mean, I don't think he was wanted. I don't think the salesman was wanted, but...
All right, so the final grade is a C+.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Earl Stewart. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to be notified of new videos that we post to our YouTube channel, simply click on the subscribe button and the bell icon in the lower right-hand side of the screen.